Hi, I wanted to come on and give a little thought that I had about Tisha B'Av this year. Um, have you ever watched a movie or seen a TV show where somebody gets amnesia? Where all of a sudden they're doing something, they conk their head, and they lose their whole memory, right? And then the people around them, their family, are trying to like get them to remember who they are, as in who the family is, but the person's like, hey, you're kind of like a stranger. I don't really know who you are. So they try all sorts of different things. They try like having them look at pictures, listen to music, all sorts of different things to try to like jog their memory, take them to places that they used to love going to, anything to see if something will get them to remember the relationship. And usually there's like some big dramatic moment at the end where the person like, oh, remembers and all of the positive, wonderful memories or maybe not so wonderful memories flood into them and everybody hugs and like, hooray, happily ever after. They remember who they are and their relationships. So I think this is a little bit like what happened around Tisha B'Av. And I want to explain what I mean. I feel like at the heart of what Tisha B'Av is about us forgetting God, us having amnesia about God. Now, you're saying, what are you talking about? I know that who God is. I know like there's a relationship. But like that feeling like deep in your heart, it's not always there. How many times have you gone to a service and you just like you want it to be so much and like it falls a little short of what you were expecting. You really want to have that like really deep experience and like not so much. Why is it so hard to drill God into my heart? Isn't this supposed to be the most natural relationship in the world? And so like imagine a parent and a child, and the child has amnesia and they just don't remember who the parent, that this is their parent. They see their parent's still doing very nice things for them, but they're like, thanks, but like I don't have that connection to you in your heart, in my heart, because I don't remember our relationship. And the parent, on the other hand, is like exasperated. They love this child so much. It's so sweet. They're so precious to them. And yet they can't remember that relationship. And it's so painful. So I think on Tisha B'Av, what happened is it started like very small, like little forgettings. Like the people in the wilderness who heard from the spies, it was like a little forgetting. They forgot for like an hour that God had their back, that relationship, and they cried. And then like little things, like with the destruction of their first temple. How could the people have been killing each other and committing adultery and like these and committing idolatry? These little forgettings. The like, yeah, I have a relationship with God, but the Baal also gives results, or like, oh, I have this relationship. Yeah, me and God are tight, but this guy, he like, he really cheated me in business, so like I killed him. Yeah. But and when we say that, but there's like that forgetting the relationship. Yeah, you're there. There's that little forgetting. And then with the second temple, that baseless hatred. Yeah, we were doing everything we were supposed to be doing in the temple. Yeah. We're good. But we hated each other. What does that mean we hate each other? How could that be? There's that little forgetting that you and me are just like each other. We just forget it. Those little forgettings and little forgetting, little. All of a sudden, there's a big forgetting. All of a sudden, like, it's out of there. And so we know that when we had the temple, it was a place that you can go and you could just feel the presence of God as much as you could feel a person standing right next to you, as much as you could smell the smell of like those delicious cookies, as much as you could hear the most beautiful music in the world. You could feel God so there. There was no doubt in anybody's mind that God's presence was fully felt there. And any experience that you've had at the Kotel or wherever is nothing compared to what the Beit HaMikdash was. And so after it was destroyed, there was like that forgetting in our heart, that little forgetting. And so my thought for Tisha B'Av is that we're mourning. Yeah, we're mourning destruction of the temple. We're mourning what we lost, fine. That's understandable. But what are we really trying to do? I think we're really trying to like bring up those memories, trying to jog those memories. When somebody has amnesia, you try, or a memory loss, you try to do things to bring up those memories. And at certain holidays during our year, we're trying to bring up those memories. This Pasach Seder, we're trying to remember what it's like to have freedom. And like, I remember what happened in Prince of Egypt, but like that was moving. You know, the song was moving, but like, do I feel it? At Shavuot, we try to remember the feeling of getting the Torah, but like, I don't know. We try to remember the good throughout the year, and on Tisha B'Av, we really try to focus on the bad. And the thing is that when we focus on the bad, that destruction, like 90% of people really feel it. They can cry. I mean, you could watch those Holocaust movies and you can see that destruction, like that goes right into your heart and you feel it. And it's a little bit sad because that's human nature. We remember the bad more than we do the good. That's kind of part of life. But I think what we're trying to do is jog it up. If I can maybe feel the pain of that memory, maybe that'll bring back all of those good memories too. We know that Tisha B'Av is supposed to turn into a day of joy eventually. I hope on Thursday. That'd be great. But I think what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to be a time that maybe all of that, the flood of those memories will come back in and boom, the light will go on and we will remember our relationship with God, a real relationship with God. Our eyes will be uncovered and we'll say, oh, Mom, Dad, oh, thank God, it's you. I was so lost. I didn't know what I was doing. I hope that's what we can get to. I hope that's what we can get on this year's Tisha B'Av or sometime very near in the future. But I think we're mourning that all we really remember in our heart is mourning. And that's not what it's all about. That's not what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be our amazing relationship with God. And so some things that we can do to try to help, you've heard them all before. I'm sure this is not new. Well, we can try to be kinder to each other. We can try to see past our differences, love each other just for the sake of loving each other. Yeah, the person cut you off. Okay, fine. Yeah, that person was really nasty to you. Okay. Yeah, that person has ridiculously different political views than you. Okay. In the light of a relationship with God and in the light of the most important relationship in your life, important relationships in your lives, those things don't even matter. You find a way. Another thing to do, just reach out to God. If you can't remember your relationship with God, better to just start one from scratch. Reach out. Have some thoughts about, hey God, this is me. Talk to God like you would your friend. Talk to God about the things that you're grateful for. Talk to God about anything about your life. Reach out to God. Try to figure out how God talks to you. Because just like a child who forgot their parents because of amnesia, their parents don't disappear. Their parents are there still taking care of them lovingly every day, even though it's not the reciprocal relationship that it used to be. The same thing happened with God. There's no God disappearing. God's just now in the background, still taking care of us every single day, loving us regardless of the fact that it isn't that same reciprocal relationship that it was. So just reach out. See if you can figure out the messages that God is sending to you. I wish that all of us will have an amazing Tisha B'Av where we discover the beautiful memories along with the harder memories, and that this be the last, or not even, that we've already accomplished the last Tisha B'Av that's in mourning. All right, guys, bye.